people, as Theresa says, they're in denial. I don't need anyone's help. I'm fine. I can do everything myself. And in fact, that may have been true once upon a time, but it's not true anymore. Or someone says, as Anthony said about his wife, I've always taken care of myself. I've always been self-sufficient. I don't like the idea of having to depend on other people, right? It makes me feel bad. And so I have always prided myself in taking care of myself, and I still want to take care of myself as much as I can. And then there are people who say, I don't want to lose my independence because if I need care and I have to depend on you to give care, that means somehow I'm losing my dependence and my sense of self. I'm losing my independence, and that doesn't feel good. Or people say, I don't want to burden others. I tell you what, if I had $1 for every time in my career I've heard people use the B word, the burden word, I would have been a rich man a long, long time ago because none of us want to burden other people. It makes us feel terrible if we're burdening other family members. And so oftentimes the people on the receiving end of care are worrying that they're burdening us. They're burdening their adult children. They're burdening their spouses. And so we have to be very sensitive to that and make sure that they understand that they're not burdens to us. And then there are folks who say, I don't want others to control me. If I'm going to depend on you, and then I don't want you to run my life. I don't want you to tell me what I can eat and what time I have to get up and what time I go to bed and what TV shows I can watch. That's not, I don't want to lose my independence and have you control me. And then, unfortunately, other people I've heard say, no one really wants to help me anyway. So it's almost like they don't believe that others want to provide care for them. They don't feel like they're worth it. They don't feel like people care enough about them. That's denial. A cousin of denial is minimization. And that would be someone who says, I'm a little bit forgetful, but I'm not so bad. Or they would say, I can walk pretty well with a walker. I maybe just need a little bit of help, and I'm okay, right? They admit that they have some limitations, they have a problem with their walking or with their thinking, but they minimize it, so they make light of it. It's really when people are resisting our help that we really have to make sure we don't take it personally, and that it's not about their rejecting us, but they're trying as best they can to fight their current circumstances, which they don't like. They don't like having disabilities. They don't like being on the receiving end of care. They're and so if they're pushing us away, if they're telling no to us when we offer them care, it's not a commentary on us. It's a commentary on where they are in their lives at this time.